Letter A. Winners never quit, and quitters never win. There's nothing in the world that can replace perseverance. The best way to guarantee a loss is to quit. Too many people overestimate what they lack, but underestimate what they have. Too many people overvalue what they are not, and undervalue what they are. February 12, 1909. Dear John, today is a great day. Today, the United States cherish a peculiar feeling of gratitude to commemorate the great and rare soul, the former President, Mr. Abraham Lincoln, who is worthy of God and mankind. I believe Lincoln deserves it. In my real memory, no one is greater than Lincoln. He has woven a successful and moving history of the United States. With his indomitable spirit, courage, and generosity, he liberated 4 million of the humblest black slaves and crushed 27 million locks that have been placed on the soul of people of color. This put an end to the sinful history of depraved, twisted, and narrow souls due to racial hatred. He avoided the disaster of the country's destruction and combined all different languages, religions, skin colors, and races into a brand new country. The United States became free because of him, and fortunately embarked on the broad road of integrity and justice. Lincoln was the greatest hero of the last century. Today, on this occasion of his centennial birthday, the whole country remembers what he has done for the United States, which is the best proof. However, when we reappear and appreciate his glorious cause, we should absorb and expand the special lessons of his life-persistent determination and courage. I think the best way for us to commemorate him is to imitate him and let his spirit of perseverance illuminate America. In my heart, Lincoln will always be the indomitable embodiment who is not frightened by difficulties. He was born impoverished and was driven out of his home. Life failed on his first time in business, and the second time he failed even worse, so it took him more than 10 years to pay off his debts. His road to politics was similarly bumpy. He lost his first campaign for state and lost his job. Fortunately, his second campaign was successful, but what followed was the loss of a loved one and failure to be elected as the state senator spokesperson. However, he was not discouraged. In the subsequent elections, he failed 6 times, but even after each defeat, he was still striving for the top until he was elected as the President of the United States. Everyone has gone through the vicissitudes of life and suffered mercilessly, but only a few people can be as resilient as Lincoln. After every failed campaign, Lincoln would motivate himself. This is just a slip-up, not as if I'm dead and unable to get up. These words held the power to overcome difficulties, and they were also the weapon that led Lincoln to fame. Lincoln's life wrote a great truth: unless you give up, you will not be defeated. Success is a series of struggles. Almost all those great figures have suffered a series of merciless blows. Each of them almost surrendered, but they finally achieved brilliant results because of their persistence. For example, the great Greek orator Demosthenes, he was shy because he stuttered. After his father died, he left him a piece of land in hopes that he could live a prosperous life. However, the Greek law at the time stipulated that he must win the ownership of the land by debating in public before declaring his right to own the land. Unfortunately, because of his stuttering and shyness, he suffered a fiasco, and as a result, he lost that piece of land. But he was not knocked down. Instead, he worked hard to better himself. As a result, he created an unprecedented speech climax. History has overlooked the man who acquired his property, but for centuries, the whole of Europe has remembered a great name, Demosthenes. Too many people overestimate what they lack, but underestimate what they have, and lose the chance to become a winner. This is a tragedy. Lincoln's life was a great testimony of turning setbacks into victory. There is no lucky person who does not fail. It is important not to become a coward because of failure. If we do our best and still fail to achieve the goal, all we should do is to learn our lesson and strive to perform better next time. Frankly speaking, I have no intention to compare with President Lincoln, but I have some of his spirit. I hate it when my business fails and lose money. But what really concerns me is that I am afraid that in future business, I will be too cautious and become a coward. If that is the case, then my loss will be even greater. For ordinary people, failure is difficult to keep them on, while success is easy to continue. But this is an exception for Lincoln, for he will use all kinds of frustration and failure to drive him to the next level, because he has steel-like perseverance. He has a saying which was said well: "You can't sharpen your razor on a velvet." There is nothing in the world that can replace perseverance. Talent is not acceptable. Unprecedented talents abound, and geniuses who accomplish nothing is common. Education is also not acceptable. The world is full of people who are useless in learning. Only perseverance and determination will never be disadvantageous. As we continue to reach the peak, we must remember, each step of the ladder allows us enough time to step on, and then set foot to a higher level. It is not for us to rest. We are tired and discouraged on the way, but like a boxer said, you must fight another round to win. When encountering difficulties, we must fight another round. Everyone has unlimited potential inside, and unless we know where it is and insist on using it, it is worthless. Great opportunities do not seek external validation. However, we must work hard to grasp them. As the saying goes, strike while the iron's hot. It's really good. Perseverance and hard work are both important. Every no brings us closer and closer to a yes. Before dawn is always the darkest. This sentence is not a catchphrase. When we work hard and make use of our skills, a successful day will eventually come. Today, as we are grateful and praise President Lincoln, we must not forget to use his life's deeds to inspire ourselves. Even if we do so, our indomitable day has yet to come, and we are still a big winner, because we already have knowledge and know how to face life. That is greater success. Love, your father.